Hey guys, Sundown here. This is going to be my chapter review to One Piece 922 Beast Pirates Governor General Kaido. This chapter, once again, a dope ending to what was it was a good chapter. Nothing major actually dropped in the chapter, but when I was writing up my notes, I was writing up quite a lot, and I was like, actually, this chapter was pretty dense, and it was good to see everyone's kind of reactions to Kaido, and then everything else that was happening in between. So let's go and talk about exactly what happens in the chapter. The cover page is the cover page. It's just Koala training some seals or some shit in Fishman Karate. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Really cutesy. I'm like, okay, cool. But that's so we start exactly where we have everyone reacting to Kaido, with Kinemon confirming that the dragon is in actual fact Kaido. And the Straw Hats and even the Heart Pirates are surprised. I thought the Heart Pirates knew because Law seemed to be pretty confident that, hey, that's Kaido, by the way. And the rest of them didn't know. So I was like, okay. Beppo looked shocked at least. And then you have the other two, Penguin and the other guy. They seem to be pretty shocked too. So something seems to be happening here. Take note of this to Momonosuke, who grasps his head upon seeing Kaido. He's in some sort of pain, and he transforms into his dragon form as well, Momonosuke. Maybe this is like a nervous response or something like that, but it looks like he's like resonating almost with Kaido's dragon fruit or Kaido's transformation, and that might come in handy later or might be important later. So remember that. I called it first. I don't know if anybody else has said it. I'm saying it right now. There's something to do with their devil fruits being similar or parts of each other or something like that. They're definitely resonating in some way. Momonosuke's reaction is weirder than he's holding his head. There's something going on there. Now Kiku is shocked at Momonosuke's transformation, while Kinemon promises to tell her exactly why he can transform and stuff like that later. So Luffy realizes that Okobore Town is in the direction of Kaido, whilst Law answers Kinemon's questions of why Kaido is in Kuri anyway. Law, Luffy and Zoro kicked up a bit of a fuss is what Law tells Kinemon, and this obviously infuriates Kinemon and Sanji, who question Law as to why he did what he did or what he did. And Law puts the Straw Hats all back in their place. He just sits them all down. He's like, bruh, this is your captain's fault. This is the result of you guys. I should never have partnered up with any of you guys. So this instantly shuts them up, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's Luffy. It's got to be Luffy. So Law then recaps to everyone why Kaido would have beef with all of them. They went to Punk Hazard and they destroyed the sad factory on Punk Hazard. And they stopped the production of the Smile Devil Fruits at Dressrosa, and they got Doflamingo imprisoned. So the reality of the situation is that they picked a fight with Kaido. They're the ones that actually caused the beef, and he's just responding, and he's always hungry, you know. So he's not going to back off from some beef. So Luffy then dashes away, with Law ordering everyone to stay atop the hill. He's like, no, you guys don't go after Luffy. You'll only reveal yourselves to everyone in Wano. Let me go, because they already know that Luffy, myself, and Zoro, myself being Law, and Zoro are in the country. So let me go after Luffy, and everything will be fine. So, and he was right. There would genuinely be no point in revealing their whole squad and have the whole of Wano basically turn against them. So Law goes after Luffy, all too aware that if Luffy attacks because of his emotions, their plan will just crumble, and they'll have no time to gather forces against Kaido. So then we go over to Bakura Town. People are evacuating as they shit themselves. Hold'em shits himself too, thinking that Kaido has come just to execute him personally. Hawkins is as shocked as everyone else that Kaido has just personally come to Kuri. Why would he come to Kuri? But Hawkins is I don't understand what's going on. Meanwhile, people also shit themselves in Okobore Town, or Leftover Town, with Osuru getting a really good look at Kaido before being told to run. She's like, oh yeah, I should probably do that. There's a freaking dragon right in front of me, but I haven't decided to run just yet. So Shuten Maru orders his underlings to run back to the fire. He's like, get your ass out of here, boys. While Kaido addresses Shuten Maru directly, saying that he's heard rumors of a strong thief in the forest, and he even knows Shuten Maru by his name, calling him Shuten Maru. So Kaido says he remembers him, and we see a small glimpse, one panel, of one of the silhouettes from last chapter alongside Shuten Maru fighting Kaido. So it's pretty dope to think that these guys, these samurai, fought must have fought Kaido at some point. At least 2 of them fought Kaido at some point and lived to tell the tale. Like, that's why Shutenmaru almost one-shot Jack and he sliced him up. I mean, like, he's bound to be incredibly strong and a lot stronger than what we've seen so far. So then we see Kaido suddenly, like, he just bursts out in drunken laughter, saying he'll let bygones be bygones. He'll forgive Shutenmaru of his crimes if he just becomes his subordinate. And Kaido must have been really impressed by Shutenmaru when he fought against him, or just when he heard these rumors about him. If he's willing to not kill someone, even though they've committed crimes against him and fought against him in the past, just because he wants them as one of his subordinates. So Jack realizes how drunk Kaido is. He's just like, dude, like, you are so drunk right now. And he explained, like, he realizes that this explains why Kaido would randomly pop up in Kuri, because it's not something he does normally, apparently. So Shutenmaru dismounts his bull, realizing that he won't be able to get away quickly enough or easily enough to evade Kaido for too long. So Jack is concerned that were Kaido to go on a drunken rampage, the whole of Kuri would be decimated, and they're all in Kuri at the moment. So he's probably concerned a little bit for his own health as well. Now, when Jack said that he was concerned for the whole of Kuri, I was like, okay, you know, maybe a couple towns. Maybe Bakura town would be in trouble, maybe Okobore town, but surely there's a few other towns around. And the whole of Kuri? Nah, I don't think Kaido would be able to, like, just destroy the whole of Kuri, I thought. Now, we see Law catch up to Luffy, telling him that this is because he wanted to do something good, which is obviously he tried to do something good for Okobore town, but then that put Okobore town in the kind of, like, under the watchful eye of Kaido, who's basically heard of what was going down. It's kind of like Sauron looking down at everything that's going down, and it drew Kaido to the place. So Law's basically low-key high-key blaming Luffy for, like, he's like, this is what happens when you do good shit when we're meant to be undercover. So we then see Kinemon and Kiku running towards Okobore town too, because Kiku told Kinemon that Osuru, who is his wife, is chilling in Okobore town, and she told him that over the 20 years that they've been apart, she's found out anyway, that over the 20 years that they've been apart, Osuru never chose to remarry. So this just shows what an honorable and loyal lady and loyal wife she is to Kinemon. So Hawkins rolls up to Okobore town, telling Kaido that Luffy and Law are at Oden's castle. Now, he then tells Jack that he told Kaido this just to stall him, to turn his drunken kind of rampage and attention elsewhere, whilst also destroying the ruins, which are clearly frightening the Shogun so much. You know, Orochi. It's clearly, like, putting a damper on his whole life at this point in time, because he's afraid of the prophecy told by Lady Toki. Now, it was a good spur of the moment kind of idea / lie from Hawkins, only both the Heart Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates are still at the ruins, so intentionally or not, Hawkins has sold out his fellow supernovas. And I mean, like, that's not a bad thing, he is against them, but I feel like in the future he's going to team up with them. So this is kind of like, it's a bad situation for him if in the future he was hoping to team up with both Law and Luffy and both their respective crews. So Kaido then turns himself towards Oden Castle, stretching his gigantic body towards the infamous hill. And both crews wet their pants as they realize that freaking Kaido has turned his attention to them, and he approaches. With Luffy and Law shocked at the turn of events, they're running towards Okobore. They see freaking a dragon just fly by. They're like, huh? That's not supposed to happen. So Kaido opens his serpentine jaws and unleashes a blast of what looks to be super hot air. Super hot fire. So super hot air by the looks of things, which totally decimates the ancient ruins. Luffy is shocked, then immediately concerned, as he realizes their whole squad was on top of that hill apart from Zoro. So Shutenmaru looks pissed, as Hawkins is disappointed. His plan barely stalled Kaido, and Jack just sits down and he's like, oh, my captain's crazy. So suddenly Law notices that Luffy has gone missing. Momonosuke points to the sky in horror. A blackened fist blots out the sun and plummets down on Kaido's head. And I was like, elephant gun. And so Luffy's pissed, and he's straight up just assaulted Kaido. He jumped into the air, Haki infused fist, obviously gear third, and he straight smacks Kaido upside his head. and he started attacking Kaido. He's the first one to pull a punch, or push a punch, pull a punch. Yeah, throw a punch. That's the one. So this ain't the way it was supposed to be. Everything's gone wrong. R.I.P. Laws and Kinnamon's plan. You will be missed. But Luffy's kind of screwed up the situation for everyone there. I mean, like, if they were trying to get out of this situation alive and trying to be undercover, Luffy's fucked it up every possible way he could have done. I mean, like, he got to the island, people already knew he was there, he kicked the shit out of people, he went to Okobore town, he fed them with food from Bakura town and stuff like that. I'm just like, Luffy has messed this up for everyone that's been undercover so far. For real though, the current situation is this. We've got Shuten Maru, who just saw his dead master's mansion get rubbed out of the manga, apparently, and permanently. And near him is Jack, who will probably try to attack Luffy in order to defend Kaido. Shuten Maru will defend Luffy, seeing him as some strange ally. We also have Hawkins, who will have to play his part, also trying to defend Kaido or hurt Luffy. Law cannot let this happen, and then I think this might just devolve into like a 3v3 situation, unless Law shambles basically his whole squad, so Shuten Maru and Luffy, the heck out of it. So that's my 2 pence on the whole situation. So let me know what you guys thought of this review. Let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit.